Hey y'all, welcome to the Why Podcast, where why is always the question, and you're in the closet with Celeste the Frey. And before I tell you today's why, let me just say this. Life will always come with challenges. Always. Like, we're not getting over that, but the challenges don't have to stay. It is what we do that allows those challenges to just fade on away. It will get new challenges, but it's good to have better challenges than the same old challenges you've been having. You know, there's no version of success that's easy. And there's no version of struggle that's comfortable. All struggle is uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable, but necessary. Whether it's working towards your goals, building financial stability, or becoming a better version of yourself, you have to pick your hard. Because staying the same is hard, but changing your life, that's hard too. The question is, which hard are you willing to live with? So for today's why, why you have to pick your hard. Hey, let's get into it. So, I got my 8 points here as always, and I'm so excited to talk about this because, y'all, all these topics come from a genuine place of conversations I've had with others, conversations I've had with myself. And I'm like, one day I was working on something. And, I'm building my empire for my family. I'm hustling for my family's last name, but no, I'm really building a lot for us. And I remember I said, girl, you just gonna have to pick your heart. And I'm like, I gotta talk about that on the podcast. Why you have to pick your heart, because so many of us, whether we're stuck to the saying, the saying people have been saying for the past several years, you got to be willing to do what 90% of the people won't do, or whatever, you know what I mean? Or the 1% that lives big, or because they were willing to do what 99% didn't want to do, or however the case may go. I'm paraphrasing, but y'all get the gist. And so I had this question for myself. I started this podcast over again earlier this year. And I've been trying to figure out how to keep it going and what to do. And I told y'all in one of my past episodes, God said, get in the closet. Because I was always in my closet hanging out, just laying on the floor, looking around, thinking, brainstorming, asking myself why. And I said, yeah, duh. And so this is my setup, and I'm having such a great time here talking to you all, because I'm not letting, challenges or excuses hold me back. So my first point, the heart of now versus the heart of later. You can either do the hard work now, saving, learning, grinding, or deal with the harder consequences later. The price of comfort today is often struggle tomorrow. Sacrifice isn't easy, but regret hits different. Let me tell you something. I don't want to be like, dang, man, I had this dope idea to do this podcast, to get out here and talk to people and have conversations, whether I'm in my closet or whether I'm downstairs in my office or I'm out there on the streets talking to folks. Man, that was a cool idea. And then never do it. Oh, I'm going to regret that so much. I have so many businesses. I'm a serial entrepreneur, y'all. So I have so many businesses that I'm building and working on and grinding, even the littlest step towards it, I'm grinding for it. How dare I sit up here like, man, I had this cool idea that God gave me. He blessed me with it and I didn't do anything with it. I can't be like the man that hid the treasure under the bed. I got to multiply this joint by 10, 20, 100. How dare I be this faithful woman of God and he's blessed me with this talent and not hide it under a bushel? That's not fair to y'all. There's somebody out here that appreciates what I have to say. That gets you to thinking in your own life, the challenges or what it is. Like, yeah, you know what, that girl I saw on that channel? I'm hoping, right? She pushed me. She gave me this thought of, yeah, what am I thinking? We have to do that with ourselves. So I don't want to regret anything. I'm not regretting. I'm not doing a regret thing. We're not doing regret change. We're not doing that. Well, my point 2, success requires sacrifice. Every goal has a cost. Every one of them. Okay? Whether it's sleep, free time or comfort. You're going to pay something. The problem is most people want the reward without the sacrifice. You can't have one without the other. And in this day and age, that is so true. Whether you got to sacrifice financially, sacrifice time, sleep, comfort, all of it. I'm a mom. I got so many children, 11 kids about here. Seriously. And they all want my time. And I do mommy dates with my children. And so I try to make sure as much as possible that I give them my time and family time. But then I got to get back to the grind. And the more I organize that, they get it. Some of them get it more than others. Some of them like, listen, mommy out here making it happen. When they start seeing the fruits of it, they're like, dang, I'm always saying every day, listen, I'm hustling for y'all. I need to have y'all have to have something when I'm not here. Your kids got to have something when I'm not here. However long that goes on, I'm pushing. It takes time. It takes sacrifice. It takes sacrifice of my rest, free time, all the things. I make space for them still, but not the way that they want me to. Sometimes, again, some of them more than others don't mind it. Some of them get it. My point number 3 is consistency is hard, but so is starting over. Showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, is hard. But know what's harder. I'm thinking right now, y'all, because the first thing I thought of when I got up this morning, besides thanking the Father for allowing me to see another day, because thank Him, I got to get in here and record my content. I got to get in here and record the podcast for the family out here. For the folks that's out here joining the Y podcast, I got to get out here and record my videos and have a conversation with y'all. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I'm excited. You know, I got my rest. I'm up. So you know what's harder is having to start from scratch because you quit on yourself. I started doing this podcast 5 years ago. I started on YouTube almost 18 years ago. And quit on myself so many different times. One foot in front of the other adds up over time. Quitting resets the clock. I had to reset the clock this year, this month. I started back being on my podcast. I'm in a podcast group with some great people. Great people. Dave, Shen, CJ, like learning. Went through the whole course, everything. When I can, I listen to the videos of the advice. I mean, have so much available. But what I realized what was holding me back is being consistent, showing up. So I said, okay, all of this information is great. Everything that they're saying is amazing. Everything that they're doing is absolutely wonderful. But if I'm not showing up for myself and I'm not being consistent, all of it doesn't matter. So I said to myself, hey, you know what? It's not the end yet. We in the month of December, Monday through Friday, show up. Show up. New episode every day. Monday through Friday. So I'm here. Monday to Friday. Is this my regular schedule? No, I said I wanted to do Tuesday evenings. Then I said I wanted to do Tuesday and Thursday evenings. You know, TNT. But I'm like, no, we're going to be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday evening until you build that consistency, that habit consistency. So I quit on myself enough times to starting over, it was hard. But right now, I'm building my habit muscle. And I'm here, I'm showing up. And you have to do that for yourself because resetting the clock sucks. Because, and let me tell you, 5 years ago, when 2020 happened, I'm like, dang, man, I started my YouTube channel originally in 2008. If I would have just kept going then, right? All right. We'll be in 2020. All right. I started, y'all see my old video. I keep all my content up there. You know, my old videos, though, you're not going to find that at YouTube. I couldn't get into that old email. YouTube closed that page, whatever. But with this page, you see my old stuff when I started again. And so I started doing stuff and whatever, and I didn't stay consistent. Here we are 5 years later, and I got to be like, dang, 5 years ago, if I would have just stayed consistent, right? And then for 5 years ago, I was saying, dang, 11 years ago, if I would have just stayed. How many times are we going to keep telling ourselves that and resetting the clock. That's some bull, man. Stop. Keep going. Show up. Show up big or show up small, but show up nonetheless. So, yeah, I had to just get that out. Quitting, hitting the reset button. It's like, My fourth point is the fear of change versus the pain of stagnation. Baby, don't nobody want to be stagnant. Nobody want to look up and be in the same place. Like I'm in my closet right now. I'm probably going to stay in my closet. And what I mean is, as my life gets bigger and grander, I think I'm going to stay recording my stuff in the closet. Or when I build my podcast studio going to be a whole closet. I'm having a good time in the closet. I'm chilling in the closet. Started in the closet. Well, started in my office. Well, started in my bedroom, really. Don't we all? But still, I don't want to be stagnant. I'm not a stagnant type person. I'm a person like, what are we doing? Let's move forward. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So, and I always do that with so many different things, but I've learned to focus in, to be more intentional on the things that are dear and close to me. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing in this phase. I got about 5-6 things rolling, but I'm doing it. And I'm showing up. Because I don't want to be stagnant. And I love change. It don't feel good all the time, but I love it. It's hard work, but I love it. It's uncomfortable, but it's necessary. And I do love it. Because I can always look back and be like, dang. Like, y'all, I had 10 kids. You know how many times my body changed having 10 cats? Oh my gosh. You know how much work? I'm still working now every single day, showing up to get the weight off from my last baby. But it's all right. It's going to hurt. It's going to be uncomfortable, but we here. We showing up. And I love that. Show up for yourself. You go, girl, or you go, boy. My fifth point, the illusion of easy. Let me say what that looked like. Social media makes it look like people woke up one day successful. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm driving this Lamborghini. I'm taking trips to Bali. Oh, life is fabulous. Please. But they didn't show you the grind, the discipline, the failures. There's no easy routes. Only the one that looks easier because someone else already fought through their version of hard. Yes. We have examples all around us. Listen, I know you're like, dang, you always talking about you in the closet. I am. I enjoy even just the thought of being able to look back 10 years, 5 years from now, and be like, I was in my closet. I was in there. Now I'm in this closet. We don't give ourselves enough credit when we show up. Showing up can, even the thought and writing it down and putting one foot in front of the other. Y'all, we got AI now. Stop playing. If you don't have AI write you a checklist of every little thing, detail you need to do and start getting going, step one. I don't care if you say, break it down to me in a rudimentary, elementary style of my steps, step 1 through 100, whatever. And have it spit out and print that joint out with checkboxes. Step 1, think of a business name. Or step 1, wake up in the morning. Whatever. Step 1, turn on the camera. Whether you full glam, not full glam, step 1. Step 2, press record. Step 3, hey, say your intro. Step 4, right? Listen, do it. We don't have any excuses. We didn't have any excuses then. Especially, come here for a little bit. Because I tell my kids this. Sometimes they be like, oh my God, here she goes. I say, look around you. This was in someone's mind. Cars. We didn't always have cars. Lights. We didn't always have lights. Roads. We didn't always have paved roads. Whatever it is, there are examples around us every single day. Stop making excuses. Pick your heart. I don't care how long it takes you. If you say you want to be a doctor, start now. It may take you 12 years. It may take you 15 years. Time got to go forward anyway. Why not have it go forward with you actually putting your best foot forward and pushing, no matter how hard it may seem? Listen, baby, y'all gonna see a lot of things happening on this channel, and I'm excited about it. Because I know I have thoughts in here, but I know the Father got something even greater. So stop. You better pick your heart. There's no easy route. And if the ones that do look easy is because those that came before us made it easier for us, especially my people. I'm like, do you not know what Frederick Douglass had to do? I'm looking like, oh my gosh, but I'm serious. I think I had my son talking about something the other day, how the teacher made it a rule that when you hit the classroom handing in your homework, and if you try to hand it in the middle of class, that's an automatic 25 points deducted because it should have been handed in at the beginning of class because you were supposed to do it over the weekend or over the night before or whatever. I said, she's damn right. So you rise to the occasion. What are you talking about? She's doing too much. She's not. She's doing just what you need. Don't ever give yourself an out. Don't give yourself an excuse ever. Are you kidding me? No one's going to help you rise to that occasion but you. You and the good Lord. I'm who I am today and the wisdom I have today because of the time that I took with me. I'm showing up right now because of the conversations that I have with me. Why, Celeste? Why aren't you doing this? Why do you feel like you need to have it look like this or a certain way? We're not showing up for social media. We're showing up for people. I'm finding my tribe right now. Whomever I'm talking to out there that feels me, you're rocking with me, what's up? We in here. I'm telling y'all, man. There are others that came before us that had it much harder. So you mean to tell me in 2025, almost 2026, with social media, with the world connected as it is, and with AI, that it's so hard? You better make it work. You better make it work. I'm just saying. I'm going to calm down. Get a little bit too passionate. Too passionate. Is there such a thing? Nah, I'm passionate. Because I'm serious about this. And what I say, I put into action. Hey, rise to the occasion. I could say, man, I've been getting tired my whole life. My mama even can testify on this. She said, you never slept as a baby, as a kid. And from what I can remember from like 3-4 years old, I only slept for about 4 hours. My whole life. Y'all don't know I started learning how to sleep when I was in my 30s. My 30s. I still struggle with that, going to sleep. Now I'm learning, hey, you tired, like get your rest. Because you can only show up fully for yourself when you've had good rest. My brain is clicking more when I had good rest. When I didn't have any good rest, I feel like I'm like lagging just a little bit. And it hadn't always been like that, but I think it just became a little wear and tear from so many years of doing that. I gotta take care of myself. But I'm still gonna show up. I'm not gonna give myself the excuse. I'm tired. No, I was tired last night. I still was pushing until I was falling asleep with the phone in my hand. I was like, okay, I think it's time to go to bed now. But I'm up. So we got to do that for ourselves. My point 6 is the mental discipline game. Picking your heart isn't just physical. It's mental. Mental is so much more difficult than physical. You can go out there and push some beams and lift some weights or whatever, but it's the mental exercise that you have to work out up here. So much more difficult. It's waking up early when your body says, no, not today. Listen, because I used to get about 4 a.m. Then it starts sliding down to 4:30. I need to get back to being at 4 a.m. But I do have to make sure I go to bed on time. I can't be popping up at 4 a.m. if I went to bed at 2 a.m. And then I'm going to work doing 8 and 10-hour days. The body's not surviving off of that. We still have to make sure we take care of ourselves. So I need to go to bed on time. I need to really hit that 9-10 o'clock bedtime and quit talking and quit, because mostly I try to get to 7 hours. I do fairly well with 6. My number is really 7. I've tried 8. 8 was cool. 8 was cool. But yeah, I usually get about 6. And I'm aiming for 7. So I've gotten better. It used to be 4. It used to be 4 hours, It's waking up early when your body says no. It's saying not today to instant gratification. And we have a lot of instant gratification on our phones, social media, which is like, for me, I don't have notifications on. I do have it on for my YouTube, though. I do. I gotta say that. Because it don't really distract me like my other social media was, like my TikToks and my Instagrams, But, man, I turned those notifications off about a year, almost 2 years ago. Love it. Okay, and I still get on there to use it every now and then. But it's not taking my attention. The instant gratification isn't being sparked immediately like it was. So, I'm loving that. Discipline isn't punishment. It's direction. And boy, it gives you more clarity when you have that direction. It really does. Which brings me to my seventh point, sorry. The comfort zone is a trap. Ooh, it's a trap. Yep. It's a trap. Comfort feels safe, but it keeps you stuck. Growth requires friction. Every person you admire chose discomfort over convenience at some point. They did. You can't grow in the same place you're trying to stay comfortable in. You can't. It's not possible. How are we doing that? How are we trying to stay comfortable and grow at the same time? It's no. Pick your heart. Because it's not forever. That's the good part. It ain't forever. Go through the hard parts now. Because, it'll be so much more better. I said, future self gonna thank past self like, girl, thank you. I look forward to that. So I'm grinding right now so I can be able to do that. And this brings me to my last point. Choosing your hard builds character. Every time you choose the harder path, the one that requires patience, effort, and consistency, you build strength. And that strength carries over into every area of your life. Your finances, relationships, parenting, and mindset. I love that. It's so true. Like I have so many ideas of what I want to do with my podcast. And I want to get out here on the streets and meet people and go to events. Because I love talking to people and meeting people and picking their brains. But I don't want to get too caught up in overthinking about everything that I want to do with it. I'm just going to start doing it. And as it continues developing, which I know the Father don't give you the next step until He give you the first step, until you take the first step. So the Father won't give you the next step until you take the first step. He told you to do this, you got to do it in order for Him to say, okay, now do this. It definitely builds character. It builds like taking risks. What may seem like taking risks builds that in you because you're like, why not? And you go and do it. And then you say, that wasn't as hard or crazy as I thought it was going to be. And it's not. So, in closing, let's bring this full circle. Can we? You can struggle now and build later. Or coast now and struggle later. Bring it back. You can struggle now and build later. Or coast now and struggle later. I don't want to struggle later. Later's when I'm older. I want to be on my yacht with my books in the sea, reading, hanging out with my kids. What? Both are hard, but one leads to peace, freedom, and purpose. I don't need nobody spying out my freedom. I'm not going to even do it to myself. I'm getting busy. Picking your heart is really about picking your future. It is. Because the pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. When you choose hard intentionally, you take your power back. You take back your power, period. So I'm going to leave y'all with this. As always, question everything. Starting with why, because why is always the question. I had a good time talking to y'all, and I'm out. Peace.